Hi, welcome to the Shiawassee County Jail. I'm your Sheriff, Brian Begole. On May 7th, the county is going to ask you to accept a proposal to construct a new county jail and sheriff's office. This is not just a jail. I'd like everybody to understand that this is your detective bureau, it's your road patrol, it's your animal control, it's your emergency management. So there's more than just a jail involved in this proposal. The current jail here was built in 1963, and because we have so many breakdowns and mechanical issues, the deputies on duty have to take unnecessary security risks. So I'd like you to take a look and see for yourself. Come on in, let's take a look at your jail. Now we know there was a county jail that sat beside the courthouse around the turn of the century, but in 1962, under Sheriff Van de Sant, a new jail was built. Sheriff Cliff Porter was the first one to occupy this new jail, and it was built at a cost of about $350,000 back in the early 60s. Every police agency in Shiawassee County, including the Michigan State Police, lodge their prisoners here at the Shiawassee County Jail. Annually, we have almost 2,700 people that are booked into the jail here. Now that number is down from years ago because we currently do not have road patrol out on one rotation at night, so we anticipate those numbers could go even higher. The jail, when it was constructed back in 1963, was actually built to hold 47 inmates. It is a linear bar jail. You can see that the hallways are very narrow, and the deputies are not able to actually see the prisoners unless they walk around the opposite side of the cell into what we call the catwalk. So if you're a correctional deputy here, what you have to do is kind of creep down the hallways, hold your keys so they're not making any noise as you're passing by the inmate cells, and then try to come around the back side. That's not very good when you're trying to keep an eye on them versus the new system, the new jail, the way it's constructed.
This is our central control office. There is a camera in every cell and most areas of the building. We have a deputy stationed here all day long. They answer phones, push the few door buttons that we have to open and close doors, and then they monitor the cameras. It's pretty hard to catch everything that's going on these small screens because we have such a large area to film. The pixels are small, or the segments are small, and it's hard to catch everything. In a modern jail, everything's line of sight. You can actually see as well as on camera. With a modern facility, there'll be a line of sight entryway, so you can look before you actually have to go and open the door up. Say there's a fight happening, the deputy gets to the door that's happening. In order to open that door to enter, he can't see anything that's going on. Somebody else in a different area can be watching on camera to say radio and say they're hiding behind the door, or the fight has stopped, or it's still going. But that deputy cannot see anything when he opens the door to enter the cell. It is a danger to the employees of this building, and it's not safe.
Okay, this is a conceptual drawing, the one that would be anticipated to be built here in Shiawassee County. If you could envision a pie, right here in the center is the control room. The control room is elevated, and each cell is split off almost like a piece of pie. So if you can imagine that this cell here could be minimum security inmates, this could be medium, this could be maximum security, this may be for females. So you can see it's got a broad range of how we could separate the inmates, and we don't have that capability right now. As I said, the Michigan Department of Corrections has cited us for not being able to do that simply due to lack of cells and the breakdowns of the cells. From one position here in the center, one deputy can look into each cell. So in other words, he can see over 200 prisoners from one location. In our current jail, the deputies have to unlock the cell and then have the inmates come out into the narrow hallways and have to walk them up 2 flights of stairs to their exercise room. With this room here, you would be buzzed out of your cell into a hollow area under the control center, and then they would just simply buzz you into the area for recreation, so the inmates never leave a secure setting. If you were to be one of the inmates that are in those cells, and you looked up at the windows from the raised control center, they're mirrored, and you can't tell if you're under constant surveillance or not. And knowing that, they're a little bit more hesitant to try something. So I think the design is very well. You can also see on some of the cells that they're built on an incline, so there is no blind spots. This building was originally built in 1963 for 47 inmates. And one of the problems is, as we went through our expansions through the years, the resource areas have never been expanded. I'll give you an example. This is our lobby, originally designed for the capacity of 47 people. So on visitation day, when people come in to see their family that may be in jail, this is often standing room only. We only have very limited seating capacity for them, and unfortunately, they have to wait their turn. This is our visitation room, so every Wednesday, family members would come in here to visit with their loved ones that are in jail. This right here is actually a closet, but we converted it to an office due to lack of space. So when this deputy is working in his office, he has to contend with 10 people talking very loudly on these phones and things like that, and it can make things very difficult. Now previously, we had the attorneys, they could meet here with their clients. And if there was one in there, the other one in the lobby had to wait. If there's a bondsman in here, the attorney has to wait, and vice versa. So lack of facilities, time is money, as we know. We need more space, adequate facilities that can have these meetings take place. As a sheriff, I want to represent Shiawassee County in the right way. And as you can see, they have 2x4s attached to all these phones, but this isn't how I want to represent the community, the sheriff's office. Certainly as a professional organization, people draw opinions from things like this, so this needs to be taken care of.